Namaste.
I am Khyati.
And I am Kshiteissh. We are honored to have with us today Miss Manjula Ponnapalli, an experienced and passionate Carnatic musician and educator from Hyderabad. Her alma mater is the prestigious academy Kalakshetra.
An enthusiastic performer and educator, Miss Manjula is here with us today to share her thoughts and story. Namaste, ma'am. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, it's my pleasure.
We know that you are from Kalakshetra, but please tell us about your journey from the beginning. Like, how did you start and what inspired you to take up music?
Well, from childhood, like any other child, it's my grandmother who used to make me sing songs and used to teach me songs, make me practice every day. And also my parents, my father, who literally used to make me listen to songs from different genres from the age of, like, say, 3, 4.
Oh.
So I used to listen to different music from different parts of the world, Osibisa, Michael Jackson. What not? I mean, so many genres. Right from MS Subbulakshmi to Bismillah Khan, every genre. So I think from there, we started appreciating good music somewhere. That gave me a good exposure to appreciate the nuances, how it's been recorded, how the artist is behaving on stage.
Yeah.
So along with the music, it's always the person behind behind the music, which is also a big thing, like how they're conducting themselves and all that. So I think from there it started. Taking up music as a career, that happened much later. Never liked going to music classes when I was a kid. But yes, later, as in my teens, I think after I finished my 10th standard, I really wanted to go to Kalakshetra and want to pursue music and want to take up music as my full-time option. Yeah.
Art helps us transform, metamorphosis, so to say. It helps us become better humans. How have you applied the principles of your art form to life?
Well, that's a beautiful question. I can say I can't imagine life without art. I think everything you do or every way you conduct yourself, in whatever situation, art gives you that strength of being resilient, I believe. I think resilience is something all of us need so much.
Important points in our life.
Yeah. So I think the way I perceive art has got a lot to do with the place where I studied, Kalakshetra. It has given me strength, and that has a huge impact on how I perceive art. I think it has given me more strength to lead a beautiful life. It gives strength to face any tough situation or face any kind of challenge. That art will give you strength, and I do believe in it.
Oh yes, we practice, and when we hit something which we can't get through, then we keep practicing and we keep finding ways.
Definitely, I think technically, if you see, when you learn something, you need to practice it. It's not just a physical practice; it's also mental ability to understand a particular composition in different angles. And it is a relationship with you and your teacher, you and that composition, and how you connect that music to your day-to-day life. I think when you try to perceive art in that sphere, I think you become, everything becomes more beautiful. Everything becomes more vibrant rather than just a subject.
Yeah, like you just said, that art makes us a better person, and gives us the strength to tackle daily situations, or life in general. And something related to that, among other things, you are also into music infused with spirituality. Please tell us something more about it.
Uh, Music by itself, uh, it's spiritual. That of course everyone may not perceive it like that, or I don't know. But for me, it is something which gives me a lot of strength, like I mentioned earlier, which calms me down, and it does the same to the whole world. Um I think there's a lot of give and take, right? So when you are sharing music, you're also getting a lot of love and warmth in return.
Mm-hmm.
This whole practice, it becomes spiritual when you do it honestly.
And kind of meditative.
It's an offering also.
Yeah, offering.
Yeah.
Whatever you do with that heart, I think it becomes spiritual. That's what I believe. But yeah, I think that's why everything I do, I relate music as a powerful tool to communicate something about, uh, like, I heard a beautiful quote by Michael Jackson. What he says is, uh, there is a need for humanity to be in better harmony with Mother Earth, and I really resonate with that
Yes.
so much. Whatever we do, whether it is piece of art, painting, or dance, or any kind of art, music, when you do it with honesty, it reaches. You need not put some
Yes.
effort to
Yes.
make it reach. Right?
Yeah, it touches someone.
It touches.
Yes.
So I think I perceive it like a beautiful tool. It's a gift from God, a blessing from God to make us communicate the good things to the whole world.
Yes.
It's our choice. It is absolutely our choice. How are we going to be like? We have to be like an instrument
Yes.
to make it happen in the world. Especially with so many.
So much chaos
So many
nowadays.
chaos happening around. With that kind of a thing, I think how much ever we communicate, and it's important. It is
Yes.
only when you believe that music can give you that kind of spiritual energy, that probably happens better.
Yeah.
You have been around the world to different countries, sharing your music with a variety of audience. How do they perceive and how do they react to Indian music? There have been quite a few interpretations of Indian works in the Western classical sphere. What are your thoughts on this subject?
Well, only when you share what you get or what you have, they say you will understand where you're standing, right? Where you are. Traveling to different places, collaborating with different artists has always made me more strong, and has always uh, given me courage to deepen my roots. Rather, I would say, given me an opportunity to realize how deep I can go. It makes you realize your roots, the importance of your roots.
Oh,
How higher you go, deeper the roots becomes, right? I think traveling has been a favorite part of my life, and luckily I have connected that with my music.
oh, that's
And
so
working,
wonderful.
and
Because
working.
you learn a lot from music.
Yes,
You
yes.
learn a lot
It's a
from
learning
traveling
process,
too.
yeah. You learn a lot, and only when you collaborate, you will understand how good or how bad am I at something,
Oh,
right? And when the other person responds to it and they really enjoy and relish it, I think we receive the same kind of treatment also. I think with Indian music, yes, and teaching, I've thoroughly enjoyed being in that position. I've got an opportunity to be in that position where I could share music and teach Indian music to students from different parts of the world. And I think the end of the day, the language doesn't matter, right? Due respect to lyrics and all that, but still, when you are teaching a beautiful composition, when they enjoy it, I think that's enough, right? So in the teaching part, I think that has been a beautiful experience. And performances, of course, who will not enjoy when you have a beautiful artist to collaborate with, who's so open-minded. I think all you need to have is a open-mindedness to share, to receive.
Because you yourself have performed a lot of traditional compositions with Western musicians.
Yes. I think whatever little I have done so far, those experiences have been beautiful experiences. I think it adds more meaning to my life.
Wow, that's very nice to say that.
Oh, we as students really enjoy your teaching styles,
Yes.
and you are so patient even with really young children. And we really like how you introduce us to a new raga, and you just take us through different notes and just to familiarize us with the different note patterns and everything. It's really interesting. So, how has teaching students from diverse backgrounds helped you, and how has it influenced you?
Teaching, that's a beautiful experience again. I think teaching music, rather I would say sharing music with different people from different backgrounds, helped me understand my subject and my fundamentals better, to simplify it better, so that everyone can relish music at a very human level.
Okay.
Not with kind of grammar or technicalities. Of course, those are important, but the way they come to me is, first thing, they're a group of doctors, a group of children from who are healing from cancer, a group of children who are as in like proper school students, and children from different school backgrounds, different schools and different economical backgrounds. It's not a similar way. We cannot teach all of them in a similar way. We cannot have the same format. So I believe we need to understand them as a person first, and then try to. It's all it takes is just simplifying things. You don't even need to have a number of songs or a list of songs or whatever. All it takes is little patience. I think so far teaching, I think that has given me a lot of strength again to do my work better, to be a better human being in the present world. I think end of the day, it's the relationship what everyone cherishes.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if you can give that kind of a memory, and if that memory is attached with music, and what else we need?
Oh yes. Yes.
End of the day, that's the relationship I cherish with whatever whoever teachers I have learned from. So I think that becomes a responsibility to make that relationship better on a first level, and then comes music, of course.
These 2 years, 2020 and 2021, they have been full of surprises, full of tragedies, and full of unexpectedness. As an artist, how did you deal with the lockdown, and how did you deal with all the challenging situations during these years?
Well, these years, the 2020 and 21, they were the toughest times for whole humanity.
Yes.
I think as an artist, as a person who's related to art, or who's engaged with art, I think it increases the responsibility as an artist to pass on some kind of a positivity through music, through your art. that is a responsibility. Having said that, even artists are human beings again.
Oh, yes.
So they don't know. I mean, everyone had tough time, a tough situation. But what I observed, for me personally, it was not an easy time also.
Because you have been collaborating with international artists, you have been traveling.
Yeah, traveling, and not only that, I think traveling, a lot of programs got cancelled, and there was no communication happening with your students, and many other collaborations, many other performances got cancelled and recordings.
That's
So the whole thing was just abruptly closed. That keeping aside, other than seeing what is happening around, that was not easy to digest. At the same time, for me, it was a time to actually pause, to sit back, absorb.
Think about life.
It's okay. It's okay if we don't do anything. It's fine. It is a responsibility that all is fine, but it's absolutely fine if we just take a pause. I think it's somewhere Mother Nature is communicating to us that you guys have to sit at home now, just stop, and I think it's high time now. We need to take a break.
A much needed pause.
Much needed pause. I think that pause has given many people to get back together, realize the values. It has brought in so much of spirit in relationships, spirit in a lot of things. I think we started appreciating things, what we had before. In many angles, it has done some good. Of course, I can't compare to the bad thing, whatever, but in that way, that was a time for me to actually take a pause, do nothing, relish what you have and appreciate what you have. If possible, when you get the opportunity or seek that opportunity to be a positive person, and if possible, just give that kind of a positivity to whoever is around you. As a teacher, as a performer, as a just normal human being, as a daughter, as a friend. So that was a huge responsibility, and I think it should continue. Yeah.
What is your message to young music and art enthusiasts?
That's so sweet of you to ask me, but even I'm a student still. I'm a learner. I think that's a beautiful position to be in forever. But I feel there is no need to be in a hurry to seek opportunities, or be in that position where to look forward for opportunities to walk up to you. You be excellent in your skill. I think that is what is needed. I feel that you improve your skills, you refine your skills, where you have that command over your craft. I think opportunities will definitely come. I think that is what I feel. When there is no skill, I think how much ever you work for opportunities,
does not make a lot of sense.
That patience, I think one should be willing to invest that kind of patience and energy, time to improve those skills intricately. Once the excellence is one thing, I think you have that excellence in your skill, and everything falls in its place. And there is no limit for that.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today, ma'am, and sharing your valuable thoughts and opinions.
Thank you.
I'm sure the young students, including us, have a lot to learn from all this experience that you have shared with us today. Thank you very much.
You both, it's vice versa actually. It gives me inspiration the way you put creativity as one essential thing day-to-day lives. You're studying, your busy lives. I think you're giving that priority to be creative and learn the art with heart.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
It has been an honor hosting you today.